Hello, hello. This is Celeste from Hexen Arcane, and I'm here with Morgan. And
from Hexen Arcane.
Yes, that too.
Yes.
And we are here today because we wanted to eat some food and show you a movie.
Thank you very much.
We are hanging out in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin today.
These potatoes are really good.
Yeah, we both like potatoes a lot.
Potatoes.
Hot sauce, sour cream.
I put hot sauce on mine too.
Oh yes, good. Cholula. It's the only way to go.
So what movie are we showing them tonight, Celeste?
We are showing the 1960 Goliath and the Dragon, which is weirdly relevant for what we're doing today, and we'll talk more about that later.
Yep.
But this movie is really cheesy. It reminds me a lot of those Hercules movies. You can totally see the 60s coming out in it. The set design, the acting, the way they're dressing, the makeup, the dragon, everything is very cheesy. It has that level of camp that I just love. I love those early 60s movies. There's just something about them. So I'm really excited to show this one. And you ordered us some chai.
I did.
I'm really excited about that too, because you said you were going to make it special for me.
I did. It's special.
And you also said we were going to have a really, really fun day as a result. So
We are.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Because she needs a well-deserved break, so.
Yeah, I've been looking for you forever. You've been off at all these places.
Went to Birmingham. We went to, it's in Hawaii. First.
You went to Guam, which I can't even go to because of you.
Told you I can get you in if you really want to go, but you don't want to go that method. So how can I get you in?
Well, you told me I can't go to Guam because you used my name.
I'm good. You used my name.
It's fair, but not in Guam. Anyway, you're not banned from any, except for the places you got yourself banned from.
Well, that's why I use your name now because, yeah, name's still good in some countries.
The list is getting shorter. We're gonna change that. Maybe we should have new identities. I'm gonna create a character for myself.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, what can I change my name to? Morgan Parker. No, that's already taken.
Yep.
I should probably ditch Parker.
For all these years.
I think I'm gonna be like a half orc, half werewolf.
This is not good. Look at this, started it.
Anyway, half orc, half werewolf character. Does that sound good? Do you think I can pull that off?
I think so. Make a better Trolloc, but.
Hey. Well, okay, so anyway, you guys should start this movie because it's going to be really, really fun, really campy, really cheesy. You're in for a fun ride. We're in for some fun potatoes and can't wait for my chai.
Emilius the Mighty, the Goliath of Thebes, lived in the days when men worshipped strange pagan gods, believing in their magical powers with unshakable faith. Legend has it that Goliath served the god of vengeance and the goddess of the four winds. In return for his devotion, he was said to be favored with immortality. He would never know death at the hands of any mortal. Goliath was held in awe by his friends and enemies alike. Only one man, Eurytus, the tyrant of Ocalia, did not believe in Goliath's power to escape death. Determined to slay him and seize Goliath's powerful kingdom of Thebes, Eurytus had stolen the precious blood diamond belonging to the god of vengeance and hid it in the cave of horrors. After many months of searching, Goliath found the fearsome cave and, unafraid, entered it to fulfill his vow to return the blood diamond to his god.
Goliath will not return from my cave. No one is mighty enough to try to overcome the dragon that I placed there. No, he won't return. And Thebes without Goliath is nothing. I'll vouch for it. Give my word. Thebes will fall without a fight. Eunomius, what do you say?
Mighty Eurytus, give me proof of his death. It is said Goliath dies when his gods will it. So I want
Silence,
proof.
I've heard enough. Monetes, do you hesitate too?
If the man's death is proved,
If. I didn't send for you to listen to your doubts and fears. I want an honest answer. Tell me if you and you, Timocles of Megara, fight by my side against the Thebans.
every man here is your faithful ally. But Megaran walls are liable to fall, unlike yours, which are attacked in war so often. Those of Megara are not too strong, and our men cower. They tremble at the thought of Goliath.
Goliath, a dead man. They fear the vengeance of a dead man.
complete her mission. The blood gem. Return the gem of blood.
I will be back.
This way, Illis. An hour from now, the guard will be changed. Be back before then if you value your life.
Now's the moment to strike. The dragon has killed Goliath, and Thebes is without a leader. At the first attack, we can breach the walls.
He's arrived, Eurytus.
I need time to reflect, Eurytus.
Tomorrow you'll have my answer.
And mine. And mine. Tomorrow, Eurytus.
All right. I must wait till tomorrow, that's all. My cook grows impatient. Let's begin the feast now.
Thea. Illis. Oh. Illis, we mustn't do this. You might be found. It's dangerous.
The brother of Goliath knows no fear.
But why do we always have to meet secretly? We're not criminals.
Goliath doesn't want me to come here. He's forbidden it, as you know. But how else can we manage to meet?
I want nothing to happen to my darling. Someday, I'll go away with you, Illis.
Yes, Thea. Come with me, tonight.
No, Illis, no. Not tonight. It isn't possible. There are so many armed men here. I will have to send word when the time has come.
Keep your promise, Thea. And soon. This is a pledge to our next meeting.
Yes, Illis.
Whenever you can, send me my ring. I'll get here, Thea. Either day or night.
Tindar, you saw the man signal?
You did well, little sister. See how your master shows his pleasure. The brother of his hated rival is a great prize.
He will enjoy boasting about it.
Why not see Thea and make sure our little pigeon doesn't guess anything?
You've always been a bad influence on me, Tindar. I do it for one reason, to carry out the wishes of Eurytus. It's a pity. I don't want to betray her. Thea trusted me, and I may be breaking her heart.
My dear, do you have any feelings left? Go on.
I hear voices outside there.
You must go, please.
Don't forget the ring now, the signal.
Yes.
Don't worry, dear. You still have your loyalist Minnie. If your Rita suspected I helped you two meet here, I'd be killed at once.
Help me, Ismene. Do you think I can talk to Eurytus? If only I can, maybe somehow I could convince him to change his mind.
Don't waste your time struggling. What's the use? You'll never get out.
Leave the net on him. It'll calm him down a bit. He'll be more reasonable in the morning. Tell me, if I prove to you that Goliath is really dead, will you join forces with us against Thebes? All right. To prove it, there's a spectacle set for tomorrow. Attend the festivities, if you will, and see me execute our young friend Ilus.
You killed Goliath's brother?
Well, since the dragon's taking care of Goliath, then I'll take care of Ilus. And together we'll take Thebes.
I'm with you, mighty Eurytus, and Messina will march too.
And Philus.
And the men of Canis will go with you.
And your men, Timocles. I always counted on you.
I grow old, Eurytus. The old warrior is weary, and with age, each decision takes a bit longer.
Remember this maiden. Her father was my ally. Stubborn and weak-minded. I changed that by burning his city. Now she's my slave. Now I present a sign of friendship. Behold this model of the city of Thebes, a symbol of the prize we all long to possess. Here, it's for you.
Thebes, eh?
Symbol, just a reminder. Pretty?
Eurytus, your offer rouses an old man's hope. However, I must admit I'm refusing you. Your dream is to take Thebes, not mine.
Alcinoway, don't leave. I could have you set free to begin a new life. You treat me nicely.
But you know I'd rather stay a slave to Eurytus and be able to hate you. I prefer that at any price.
With Megara and Pallas at my side, I know we can easily subdue Thebes.
With Goliath gone, you've got a hungry jailer in those cabins. That dragon.
That's right. No one can stop us.
Timocles! Timocles!
Messenger, what is it you brought us? News from Megara?
No, my lord. News of great import.
Not Goliath.
Yes, my lord. Rumor is spreading through the countryside. Goliath has succeeded in evading the dragon and seeks to gain his revenge. He goes to the temple of the god of vengeance with a blood diamond that is a token of its strength and power.
Cowards. Traitors and deserters. Well, I don't need you. Tomorrow in the public square, I'll execute Ilus. You think Goliath can frighten Eurytus?
The best thing for you to do is not to execute Ilus at all. Let's say Ilus escaped tonight.
That's crazy. You mean you're afraid like the rest of them?
No, Eurytus. I just use my wits. But you don't depend on your brains. You're only a mass of fat and muscle, full of violence and brutality.
Stop. Do you have a plan or any suggestions?
So we're back.
We are.
And we're tooling around Lake Geneva today. As I was saying, we're going to go visit a museum that I'm really excited about. But Morgan.
What?
Morgan.
What? Please don't do this in public. We're in public.
Morgan.
What, Celeste? What? Just get it done. Get it done before there's a crowd.
Oh, I'm waiting for the crowd. I think everyone should hear this.
No, I don't think everybody needs to hear this. Please, God, no.
Fine, okay, fine. Morgan.
Okay.
How many half-elves does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Just one. Turns out they're good for something.
That's terrible and somewhat slightly insulting to Lord of the Rings.
So yeah, it's related to where the museum we're going today, which you'll see in a moment why it's so relevant.
Oh.
And it's also an interesting part of the history of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, because when people hear Lake Geneva, they think big lake, lots of little shops, boutiques. A lot of people from Chicago come here on weekends.
We got the mail jumpers that go on the steamboat, you know, and then
Yeah,
mail.
there's actually really cool like boat tours that go around and little like mini cruises. I've been on an ice cream social cruise here and it was really fun. There's a lot of kind of touristy stuff here, but a lot of the shops are really fun. But there's a lot of history here that you wouldn't necessarily know either. So we're gonna delve into that in a minute.
Yep. Sorry, I was thinking about a cold case that they had out here.
Oh, what? What? Do tell.
We actually knew her. Her name was Dawn. And she'd gone missing from Burlington's bank teller.
Ooh.
And they had found her at the bottom of the lake here.
Oh, wow.
She was sitting down and stuff. She'd been missing for a couple of years, I want to say.
And has it been solved?
Yes. It turned out that her husband did it.
Oh. Well, it is always the husband, but also that's sad. Very sad.
Yeah. So I said, sorry, I was when you said lake, I was like, my mind always goes to Dawn.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting history here. And I have some crimes to talk about in a little bit too.
Yeah.
But oh, there's our ties.
Woo! Round 2.
Then tell me, Eurytus, what is it that directs the lives of men?
Destiny.
No, not destiny. It's their own interests. A man's desires may alter the course of his life. Ilus wants Thea, and thus was driven into our hands. And Alcinoway? What is it that drives her? Huh? Alcinoway wants liberty. Why not use your head then and make a little bargain with her?
Who is it?
Don't make any noise. It's Elsinore to help you escape. The guards will let you go. I've paid them well.
Why are you doing this?
Because Thea is kind and has a good friend in me. They mean to execute you tomorrow. Eurydice has plans regarding Thea Illis.
Thea? What plans?
Eurydice desires to placate Goliath so that he may make a truce with the Thebans. But Goliath proposes one condition. He wants Thea.
Goliath and Thea, you lie.
Why would I lie to you, Illis?
Forgive me. I shouldn't have done that.
Thea's so young and pretty.
If you swear it's the truth, I promise I'll forget he's my brother.
Do nothing. You'll make it worse. I can only warn you not to speak of this to your brother for Thea's sake. Above all, don't let yourself be caught in Ocalia.
But...
It's the best thing to do. Go, Illis. Later, I promise to find a way to get to you and tell you what to do for Thea. I'll find a way. There's time yet. Better hurry, though.
O God of vengeance, first will you accept my thanks? Here is the blood diamond, and now will you free me forever, for I seek peace.
Hail, Goliath! You have served your gods well and fulfilled your vow. You are free now to do as you will.
You mean I'm released from my tasks?
Yes, Goliath, you have that right. The gods, too, keep their vows. From now on, you may do all you may desire.
Then I can stay with my wife and family. Now I'll be a man amongst men. Can you tell me one thing, please?
Perhaps ask.
Thea and my brother Illis, what of them?
That riddle has no answer.
Goliath, my friend, the gods be with you. May I be the first to embrace you. All Thebes has offered sacrifices for your return.
I needed their prayers. Death was never so close to me before.
I'm riding with you all the way to your house. I want to see the happiness on the faces of Dejanira and Ilus. As for my noble friends here, return to Thebes and spread the glad tidings. Tell them you saw Goliath alive and triumphant.
Can I be going home and for the rest of my days? You can't imagine, Antonius, what it means to me. It's the last time I'll ever leave it.
Now, Goliath, don't tell me you're tired. Too exhausted to celebrate your victories. Ho!
Is his room ready? Yes, mistress. His bed has new coverlets, and I sprayed perfume so Goliath shall rest well tonight. Good. What are you doing in here? Get outside now.
Look, mistress, we have roast boar for tonight. The master favors the way I cook it.
Fine. It'll please Goliath to taste home cooking. Why are you so sad today, Illis? Playing that melancholy air. Remember, you'll soon see your brother. What troubles you, Illis? Thea?
It's true I'm sad. But don't ask me to explain it. A I've got to bear it by myself. I don't want you suffering, too.
But what suffering is greater than seeing you so unhappy? Tell me, I want to help you, Illis.
He's always been hostile to the idea of Thea and me.
Her father killed your parents. Isn't that sufficient?
Oh, I think he'd like you to believe that's the reason. He betrayed you. We've been fools, you and I. Because it happens Goliath wants her himself.
You can't mean that. Your brother. You're lying to me.
Untie the oxen. Here's Goliath. Goliath! Greetings. Let me welcome you back.
How are things going?
Very well. I've added a bit of land to my farm.
That's a good idea.
So I brought over those animals, but
But what's the matter?
I think those oxen are lazy. They won't haul out any trees. I don't know. They're just loafing, I guess.
I see. I'll lend a hand.
Goliath, welcome back, Goliath. Out of the way. Off with you now. Thank you, Goliath.
Wait! Do you want me to help you?
I can manage.
But I want to help.
Stand back now.
Bothering the master.
I only want to hear the story. That's all I want, Mika.
I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm tired. He was fierce.
Here, take this, and you come with me.
I'd like to have another like that. Me
Why,
too.
aren't I enough? Go on, move.
And Illis, where is he?
Right there.
It's strange he wouldn't come out to greet me.
Oh, Illis is in love. It's the hour of youth. Don't say that you've forgotten.
My greetings, brother.
Judging by your expression, I would say you're not too enthusiastic about my return.
You must be famished. And you, Antonius. Come and eat.
Do you mind if I leave now with my wife?
Don't you worry about me. I still have Ilus. And may your dreams be kind now that you sleep in your own home. And tomorrow I hope we can go hunting. What is the argument about? Look, we're old friends. You can speak with me.
It's nothing.
Peace. But have I found peace here with my family? You saw the way Illis looked at me, as if I were his enemy, or worse.
You mustn't let it hurt. You know Illis is young. He admires you. If you would only allow him to marry Thea.
You know how I feel. They murdered my parents. I'll keep my oath.
But, my dear, blaming them like that. Why not try to remember they were probably in love since babyhood?
Dejanira, say no more. I will kill Illis with my own hands if he sees Thea.
Here is the poison for young Illis to be fed to his brother at once. To say it will act on Goliath's mind and bring him to his senses. He won't desire Thea.
I see you found a way to make me destroy Goliath, eh?
I said it to bring him to his senses.
I imagine you used an identical kind of filter the day you decided to help poison the former king of Ocalia, Thea's father.
Do I have to listen to things like that?
No, Eurytus, I shall do whatever the master orders. But understand that I can see the way your evil mind's working.
Is that all you see?
The only way the country will accept you is for you to marry Thea. There is no other way to gain the leadership of Ocalia.
What else?
The name Goliath scares you.
And suppose I decide to kill you right now.
You have that right, Eurytus. But then Goliath will live, for only I can give Illis the filter.
Hold on, Eurytus. Alcinoway puts it well. You must hear her out and grant her some consideration.
I promised her freedom.
It seems to me, from what I've heard, that our little Alcinoway wants something of much more importance than liberty. Am I right, Alcinoway?
And why not? You've wreaked destruction on the city of my parents and have forced me into slavery. So now I want to have revenge. I want to share your throne and rule Ocalia.
I'll never grant you that.
Wait, Eurytus. Let us think. Alcinoway is smart, and she could be helpful. And Thea's quite stubborn and reluctant.
But Thea's the daughter of the king.
Poor little Thea, orphaned and held captive. She's been mourning for her father and grieving too much about her past. I think that was a grave mistake to have made. You mustn't separate a child from the parent. By now, the gods are angry and want us to remedy that. And send Thea to join her royal parent.
Kinder, have you gone crazy?
Have faith in me, Eurytus. Alcinoway can serve you. Therefore, you need her. Haven't I been right in the past? Alcinoway, here is my word. You'll reign as queen.
Let's hear Eurytus swear it.
I give you my word.
Alcinoway, now leave us. An escort will take you as far as the forest.
4. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Celeste again.
And I'm Morgan again.
And we are here at the, you say the name.
The Dungeons and Dragons Hobby Shop and Museum, correct?
Close enough.
Okay, cool.
Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum.
There we go.
There
so
we go. And
we are.
Who is this, Celeste?
Oh, yes, this is just a worker here.
Okay.
Wait, Jaden, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, this is
There we
Jaden.
go.
Cool. And we're very happy to talk to him today because if you didn't know, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin is the birthplace of Dungeons and Dragons. And so we're here at the museum dedicated to that to talk to Jaden all about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
And why it's relevant right now, why we decided right now, because there's a new movie coming out that came out that I haven't seen yet that I want to see that looked really funny. And he said it was good. So I'm definitely going to go see it now.
Highly recommended, even if you don't like D&D.
Do you feel like it captured the spirit of Dungeons and Dragons?
Very much so.
Even better.
So what year was Dungeons and Dragons started?
1974.
Oh, okay, quite a long time.
Coming up on the 50th anniversary next year.
Oh, okay. Are you guys doing anything for that?
I do not know, but I bet we'll be doing something.
Yeah, that seems noteworthy and worth celebrating.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. And it got started, do you know anything about the origin? Like who came up with it or how or why?
So there was a man named Gary Gygax. He was big into wargaming. And there was a man named Dave Arneson up in Minnesota who played something he and his friends called the role-playing game, which is essentially improv with minimal rules. So they had come together to form D&D, both in the gameplay and role-playing aspects.
Very cool. Yeah, I actually love the fantasy element of it. Like, we have Renaissance Fair, like all these things go together. Like, I heard a lot of the influences, one of the controversies was a lot of the influences were taken from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
And so people were like, oh, it's ripping that off. But I love those elements.
I love it though too.
Yeah.
I get excited. Like,
I think it's when fandoms converge, it's wonderful, so. Were there any other controversies that you've heard of?
So there was a book published named Deities and Demigods, which lists a whole bunch of like mythological figures, things like Arthur the Great, Ra, Thor, and it included the Cthulhu mythos and Elric Melnubene, but they so they had those in for a couple printings, but then they had to take it out because they didn't have the copyright to print it.
Okay, so they weren't checking on everything before they put it out there. Do you actually play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I've never actually played. I have a lot of friends that play, but I don't know that much about it.
Celeste, we're gonna have to play now.
We'll have to sit you guys down and play some D&D.
Yeah, so I love the concept. I like creating characters, and I like rolling dice. I feel like everything goes together. I like eating food. Usually people who play games eat food, so, you know, all those things that I like seem to be there.
Oh, and what's fun too is, do you make your own characters and stuff too? Like, do you paint the miniatures and?
Yes.
Yes. Isn't it fun? There's something rewarding in it. Like when you put it out on the table, it's like,
it is very satisfying to see a piece come together.
Yeah.
Especially like just when you're painting other things like terrain, just to see a whole board of like buildings or a fully painted dungeon.
Yes, and I like to do the roads, and I make like cobblestone roads out of cardboard. It's actually really cool. You put all the detail in them. We're kind of nerding out over here. Sorry, Celeste.
Oh no, that's good. I love nerding out. I just haven't done this particular iteration of nerding, so. But this museum's really cool. You have a lot of original. It looks like original parts, artwork, and dice and things like that, and also some stuff for sale. So there's really cool. We're going to show you a little bit around this museum. It's interesting that the history, a lot of people, I believe everybody has heard of Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think many people know that it was started here.
No.
If you go out on the street and ask anyone within the area if they know about the significance of Lake Geneva, they'll tell you that there's a big body of water.
And people from Chicago like to come here.
Oh yes, that too.
And
Don't get started.
The mob. You'll hear a lot about them too up here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is relatively unknown, but it's cool that somewhere that close to us is actually the birthplace and where it started. And the company is not still here, right?
No. TSR, the company that originally started D&D, was bought out by Wizards of the Coast, and I want to say 1997, and they were dissolved afterwards.
TSR also did Risk, didn't they? They made Risk?
No, I want to say that was Milton Bradley or one of the other big what do you call board game companies.
I wasn't sure.
Maybe Hasbro, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Alright, so what is your favorite thing about Dungeons and Dragons?
For me, it's the exploration aspect, being able to jump into a fantasy world and explore all of the different things within.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm a Trekkie, that's my thing, and I always thought I was going to grow up and go to Starfleet, and I didn't, but haven't given up hope yet. Yeah, that whole fantasy thing, and just, like, books can take you to, like, fantasy realm, music, movies, games, anything you can immerse yourself in a different world, a different life, a different
Lord of the Rings
existence.
And King Arthur is what got me into
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. I can relate there. And just video gaming like Skyrim and like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Fallout. Oh, Fallout, my favorite.
Borderlands, that's been my jam lately.
D&D is pretty much Borderlands, but with less guns.
Yes.
Yeah, so I always got into like the Fallout and the Skyrim and those elements I really connect. And the Breath of the Wild, it always reminds me of that with like the different creatures. And so this was really cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Well, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, so thank you too. Just cause.
And we'll see you soon. Okay, so Morgan, we're looking around this museum a little bit, and it's really cool.
Yes.
I really like the stuff they have. So they have patches for sale, and they have shirts.
Yes.
But
the dice.
Yeah, dice.
The wall of dice.
The wall of dice.
Dice are nice. Yeah.
These dice are so fun. Let's see, and then we've got some books over here. Oh, these are cool.
So what are these?
So those are the original D&D rule books.
Okay. And some cool artwork. Lots of artwork.
Tactical studies rules. That's pretty cool. So I see what people will say, you know, Dungeons and Dragons is also educational. Is that? Because I thought, well, did they make Risk? I couldn't remember because I know they made educational games.
Yeah, I think there's aspects of it, and you also have to like keep track of things and stats and
look at this.
Yeah, lots of math. Like managing math.
Oh, that's cool. Rules for World War II miniatures. Oh. It's got the miniatures in here, like game pieces and stuff. That's pretty cool. Look at cast with a couple couches.
Yeah. So, and what I really like is this.
Yeah.
I just love this kind of thing. I don't know if you can see with the glare, but just all the miniatures all set up. It's just always so fun for me. When I was a kid playing with like doll houses and stuff, my favorite thing was to just set everything up perfectly.
Me too. And then I rarely like actually played with the figures. I'd set them up.
Yes, just setting them all up was really fun.
And that was good for me. Like my horses and stuff, I get them all, you know, my dolls. I had that Celtic Barbie and Queen Amidala.
Oh yeah, didn't I eat your Queen Amidala leg?
You did. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know why you did.
Adult, so
Yeah, and that's made ooh.
I made it worse.
These are really cool.
Yeah, I like all the World War II stuff.
Fool. What now? Promises are made to be broken. I still want Alcinoway, and you need Thea to reign securely.
But Alcinoway may talk.
She won't, I promise you that.
How can you be so sure?
I'll have her tongue cut out, Eurytus.
You just go across this forest and you'll find the Villa of Goliath ahead of you. Attend to this task.
Go about your business. I'll deliver the potion, all right.
You men stay hidden and wait here till I come back.
You're very lucky. You're not even scratched. I just arrived in time. What a shame to spoil that pretty face. I hope your fright hasn't cost you your voice. And say something.
I'm grateful for all you've done.
If I hadn't, your beautiful face would have haunted me. I've been hunting him all morning. He was angry and became bloodthirsty. But why is a young girl alone in the forest?
Don't ask what I'm doing, I beg you.
At least tell me your name.
My name's Alcinoway, and yours, say it.
I'm Goliath the Theban. It seems my name frightens you. Here are my friends. Get away there. Get away.
Goliath! Finally! I've been tracking you all over the forest. We weren't fast enough. Oh, I see you caught our friend.
I was lucky, Antonius. I just arrived in time to save Alcinoway from being killed.
Alcinoway? Who is Alcinoway?
There, see? I don't understand. She was here a few moments ago.
I fear you're not feeling well, Goliath. You're having visions.
Tony, you're sure you gave Ellis the filter and told him it would bring his brother to his senses?
As you ordered, Eurytus.
Good.
And you're quite positive no one saw you do it?
No one.
I know you're lying. They followed and saw you. You'd have been better off choosing me, Eurytus. I offered you love, remember? You preferred this slave. She will betray you, Eurytus. She lies.
Jealous, Ismene? This is no time for your tricks.
She followed orders.
Hear me first. I found you out.
Well, Alcinoway?
Oh, here's her reply. This.
You innocent. Guard! Take this slave to the dungeon.
No, my adventures are over. What more can a man want than to stay at home and live in peace? That's all I ask.
May the gods be with you, Goliath. May you always remain here with us.
Long life and health, Goliath.
Thank you all.
Blessings to you,
I thank you.
If I stay, I'll spoil everything. I have to leave.
Your brother will take this to heart.
To heart. But he hasn't any heart, I'm afraid.
Then you're going to Ocalia.
I have no choice. Since my brother refuses to listen to reason, I must try to convince Eurytus.
Dejanira, Illis.
God bless you.
May they be with you.
This is indeed a night to celebrate. My dearest wish has been realized. To live here with my friends and family and spend a peaceful life. Yes. And where's Illis, Dejanira?
He's gone to her.
Gone where?
Goliath! Goliath!
Illis, give me your word of honor that you won't run off again.
No.
If that's how you want it.
What good will it do to tie me up? I happen to know my own mind, my brother.
I'm sorry, but you forced me to do this. When you change your mind, Illis, just call me and I'll untie you. I ask your pardon for my absence, friends, but the unpleasantness is over now. Let us enjoy our dinner.
Where's Illis?
I just tied him to a tree.
But how cruel.
It'll teach him a lesson.
But we're his family.
He will call me if he wants to be free.
Don't turn around. It's Iriday, slave to Thea. Do you know this ring?
Yes, it's mine. Untie me. Get me loose. I must go to Thea.
She said not to go back to Ocalia for any reason. It'll be too dangerous for you.
Still, I must try.
Thea has sent over a potion. If Goliath won't consent.
It's impossible to ask him. Get me loose.
You must try to feed this to Goliath.
This potion will really help him to forget about Thea?
You must try it. Thea says so. Quickly, Illis.
Brother! Untie me. I'll keep my word.
Hear that? A rope is the best remedy.
I wouldn't miss being at your feast, brother. So free me now and we'll go back and celebrate.
I knew that you'd come to your senses.
Hey, catch.
All right. You may enter, but be quick.
Illis is in great danger. He was told that Goliath really wants you.
I know, Alcinoway, but Goliath will soon forget all about that. Ismene plans to help me and Illis now by sending a filter. Its magic will restore Goliath to his senses.
It's a trick, I tell you. You'll find that it's fatal. It was sent by Eurytus. Ismene is loyal to him.
But Eurytus hates her.
She still loves him.
A poisoner? Not really.
Yes, I'll swear to that. They'll trick Goliath into taking it, as your parents were tricked.
My parents?
Yes, your parents. Eurytus had them both put to death. You won't marry Illis. You'll be the bride of Eurytus. He wants to have you so he can become king, and you'll be his queen.
You thought you'd fool me. Search him. Alcinoway, is this how you treat my gift? Bring in the other guard. Show them both how I punish such traitors. I don't think your friends will need this now. I'll give it back to you.
You assassin! You killed my parents!
Silence! See, you know my plans now. Even my dreams. Alcinoway, you'll pay for this.
Eurytus.
You're lucky. Tindar wants you alive, and I gave him my promise. But you'll remain here. I don't want you running around, making trouble, interfering. That's enough. Take them away.
Don't cry, Thea. It won't help. Our destiny is written by the gods.
But what will we do now, Alcinoway? Illis will give the Felter to his brother. If only some friendly god would help us. Because now that's the only way.
Pray then.
Oh, to whom can I pray? The wind goddess. Yes, Goliath is her favorite, and she wants to help us.
And now, good friends, I propose a toast to the protector of all honest men and the defender of our home. I drink to our noble host. While Goliath lives, all Thebes is secure, and the tyrant of Ocalia cannot frighten us.
Agreed? So drink to Goliath and to his great and powerful city. And may he attain, here at home with us, the rest he desires. And one more wish, to a long reign and peace for all Thebans.
Illis, wait, my dear. The drink has been poisoned by Ismene. Illis! You hear me, Illis? There is poison in that filter. Don't use it. Be on your guard, Illis. Goliath will die. Don't let him drink it. Don't poison your own brother, Illis. Can you hear me? The filter is deadly. It's poisoned. It's poisoned. So destroy it now, Illis. Please do it. Save him. Destroy it and save Goliath, Illis. Save him.
I drink
Stop
to
him.
peace and prosperity.
Stop him. Stop him.
What's the matter with you? Why?
Please, forgive me. I was clumsy and stumbled.
It was an accident. Fill the cups again.
Here's Goliath!
You'll join us.
Yes, I'd be glad to. Oh, forgive me, brother.
All right, so Morgan, do you want to hear about the cases that were tied to Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Now,
Of course there's murder cases.
Of course, but I want to clarify and say that, you know, it was a very popular game at the time, especially in the 80s. A lot of people played it. Most people that played it didn't kill people.
No.
It is not something we're trying to blame for anybody dying. It is not something that I see as bad. It's fun. It's fantasy. I just want to make it clear I'm not trying to imply that it's in any way causing people to murder people.
No, it is not. Those are the few whack jobs out there. So
You're right. So one of the cases I want to talk about is In North Carolina in 1988, there was a man named Christopher Pritchard, and he learned that his stepfather, Leith von Stein, which seems like a very Dungeons and Dragons name, by the way.
It's very Viking.
Yeah, Leith von Stein. Anyway, he had a decent amount of money, and if he died, it would go to Chris. And so Chris was like, yeah, I want to inherit this money. So he had this plan, and he convinced two of his friends, Neil Henderson and James Upchurch, to assist him. And so he was a student at North Carolina State University, and him and his friends used to go get high, and they would use real weapons to kind of reenact Dungeons and Dragons. Also not that bad. If you're doing it in a safe way, you're just having fun, fantasy. But he got really into it. And they would sort of recreate these situations in real life. And you know, not violently, but just playing out scenarios.
Yes, like they were deep into the...
Yeah, really deep into it. So Pritchard learned about the money. He enlisted the help of his friends, and he promised to share the money with them that he would get if they would help him kill his stepfather and his mom, Bonnie. Now, he was not directly involved in the attack. He was thought, I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to stay on campus.
Two idiots do this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to stay on campus. I'll establish an alibi. So on July 25th of 1988, Neil Henderson drove Upchurch to...
I remember this.
Yeah, the Von Stein home, which was about 108 miles away from the campus. And once there, Upchurch entered the home and attacked the couple while they were sleeping. During the attack, Leith was killed, but Bonnie managed to survive and got help. And Chris's sister Angela said that she actually slept through the entire thing. So she was in the home, she was not harmed, she slept through it. Soon after this, all three of the young men were arrested with charges related to the crime.
How'd they kill them?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I think with a weapon, but maybe a gun. I'm not sure.
Remember.
I did not find that info, but I didn't deep dive either, I'll just say. So in January of 1990, Pritchard admitted that he had masterminded the plan, and Henderson took a plea deal. So Upchurch was charged with first-degree murder, to which he pled not guilty.
Right.
But the other two both testified against him in court, because he was the one that actually went in there and
did it.
Did it, yeah. He was the one acting it out. So all three of them were sentenced to jail, with Neil Henderson being paroled in 2000, and Christopher Pritchard was paroled in 2007. And he's now a born-again Christian, and surprisingly, his mom, Bonnie, has stood behind him the entire time. Like, she has always, even though he masterminded an attack against her that was going to kill her, she stood behind him, and apparently today they have a really close relationship still.
Mother's love, holy.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, he's born-again Christian, and he may have found like some reform, you know, realized the error of his ways. At that age, your brain is not fully developed, maybe made some really poor choices, hopefully learned from it.
He made some really poor choices.
Really poor, yeah. I don't want to diminish the poor choices that he made, because they resulted in his stepfather's death.
Maybe she didn't like him either.
Yeah, so this crime has been called the Dungeons and Dragons murder, even though Dungeons and Dragons is not directly related to the crime itself, but they were known to play it and be really into it. But the motive here seems to be greed, not fantasy or ritual.
I'm going to say something here, and I hope it's not taken offensively, but remember how Marilyn Manson got the blame for Columbine and stuff back in the day?
Yeah, all sorts of things. No,
yeah, all
it's
sorts
not.
of things. No.
All right, so now we're going to go on to another murder that was associated with Dungeons and Dragons, and that was the strangulation of 18-year-old Mary Towan in April of 1984 in St. Louis, Missouri. So she was killed by 19-year-old Darren Lee Molitor and Ronald Adcox. I'm not sure how old he was. I think similar age. So as part of the defense, they said that Dungeons and Dragons was a part of the defense that they were not allowed to bring into the defense. So they tried to throw it out as a defense, and they said, no, you can't bring it in.
You can't blame the game.
Yeah, he claimed that the way the game is played as a role-playing game, it gets into your mind, and he considers it dangerous. So he was trying to put the blame on the game.
He is chaotic evil.
Yeah, in this case, he claimed that the pair had So this is Molitor talking. The pair had tied up the young woman and put an athletic bandage around her throat, but had intended to play with her mind. So she was a young woman. She was throwing a Friday the 13th party. They were all into Dungeons and Dragons, and they didn't mean to kill her, is what he said. But that in the night.
Okay, over here.
Oh yes, thank you. They were, drinking, doing some drugs, and they just kind of had this idea: tie her up and mess with her mind. And they said that they had been desensitized by Dungeons and Dragons to the point where it just mixed up fantasy and reality, and she ended up having been killed.
Again.
But it was accidental.
That is not a valid defense.
No, it is not. I would say maybe, whatever substance they were using caused more of a change in their mind at the time, or they were not in tune with reality, but I wouldn't necessarily blame.
I think probably what happened was the effects of the drugs was they may have thought that they were just joking with this girl, putting a Band-Aid around her neck and not realizing, ooh, that's a little too tight.
Right. And either way, that's not a good joke to play on someone. No. Scaring someone like that is not cool.
No.
So, in the end, both of them were sentenced to life in prison, and then Adcox ended up being convicted of murdering another inmate in 1991 by strangling him with a cord.
Okay.
And then he was later charged with conspiracy to murder another inmate. So this guy, I have a feeling, would have been committing crimes regardless of a game. And that leads us.
My horse, please.
Your hunter is saddled and ready.
Sure of yourself, eh, friend?
I was prepared in any event, that's all.
Goliath. Illis is gone. He said he couldn't live without Thea.
Dejanira,
But he was unhappy, Goliath.
did you let him go?
It wasn't my fault. He left for Ocalia.
Don't you understand? He may have gone to his death.
Get away. Come on.
Get in there. You got me into this. A brilliant plan. The trap, the poison, yet he's alive. Answer me. At first it was the woman, now this boy's upsetting your plans.
I can't understand it.
You can't understand anything. You've never understood that it's destiny that guides us. And after this morning, I'll forbid you to work on any of these plots that don't make sense, you moron. From now on, I'll do the deciding. And I say Illis will die. That's how I'll challenge Goliath.
Well, Eurytus, why are we waiting?
My old friend Timocles is very late. Never mind. Get the prisoners up.
Hurry, Goliath. Arcadia.
Just tell me, why do you have an elephant? Yes, please explain it.
Oh, you'll see. You've been promised an execution and a challenge, and you'll get them both. Look there.
No! No!
Is everything set for my enemy?
We're ready, Eurytus. I saw to it. The men at the gates are all prepared.
One more, then the brother of Goliath.
He's a beauty, that elephant, isn't he? Great spectacle.
As you see, you're not the only one to get ideas. Now, to prove I'm not afraid of Goliath, just take a look at what's happening.
Thea. Thea.
Open the gate specifically to Megara!
Hold up the spectacle till Eccles is arriving.
Wait! Open the gate!
Don't panic. Don't worry. Can the fury of Goliath down an elephant?
Guards, get them! No, get him! Get your line! Get away! Get him! Get up there! After him! Come on, get him! Guards, head them off!
Why are you standing there? Come on, Illis. I pray the gods can help you. Hear me, goddess. It's Goliath calling you. O divine prophetess, who knows the destiny of all men. Illis is very troubled. I ask your help.
I hear you, Goliath. What is it you wish to know?
One day I asked you about Thea, but you were mute. Now I beg you. Tell me the prophecy. Do it for my sake.
In time, your brother shall reign in Ocalia, Goliath. But it will cost the life of the woman who loves you.
Come, let us go, Illis. The gods have spoken. Dejanira's fate is in your hands. Cursed be the day that I settled here. And cursed be this land that should have brought me peace.
No, let him be, mistress. It's better to let him do what he wants now. Collapse like my shattered dreams.
We shall find another place, and I'll build you a new house, just as you want it. And you'll forget whatever is troubling you, and soon you'll be happy.
And what about the god's prophecy, Goliath? I know it. How can I hope to avoid my destiny?
We'll see.
I have good news. Illis and Goliath have left. As for you, Thea, I've had to hold back on my plans for you and me. But that's all over with. Because very soon, you're going to be my queen.
No, don't touch me. Do you think I'd marry you when you're the man who killed my father?
Wait, Eurytus.
I know what I'm doing. Come here. Look down there. Pull her out. Keep out of it, Tinder. Will you marry me, Thea? abandon Alcinoway to the snakes?
Do with me whatever you want. I'll give my word. But please get her out. Please help Alcinoway. Oh.
How could any man cross this? All that water is dangerous.
I shall make a bridge to the other side. Come on, I'll make my bridge here out of rocks.
My sister, I'm miserable and in much pain. Free me, please.
I would if I could.
I can help my brother now.
He will protect me. Oh, please, don't worry.
But the gods prophesy must happen. And my death can stop it all.
So the final case is one that happened in Eugene, Oregon. It was in 1988. So again, all these were happening in the 80s when it was really, really big. Dungeons and Dragons was everywhere. It was kind of referenced as like a real-life Stranger Things case, but 17-year-old John Jones met 20-year-old Jason Rose at a mall in Oregon. And now John was kind of described as a loner kid. He felt like he didn't fit in with anybody. He didn't have any friends, and he really wanted to have friends and be accepted by other people. And he met Jason, and he felt like he just clicked, and they finally found someone he could connect with. And he was, you know, Jason was described as more of a leader, and John was described as a follower, and he would do anything to keep this friendship.
I have to make this clear, is I don't think this was the John Jones that I was engaged to, was it? No.
Oregon? No.
No.
In the 80s?
Maybe,
No.
maybe. I'm trying to think. No.
No, we killed all the people you were engaged to. I mean, they just disappeared and left.
Yep. I'm the problem, so.
Yep. Yeah, she drives men away. Has nothing to do with them screwing her over and her sister and her taking revenge. Okay.
Yep. So anyways, Eugene, Oregon, the 80s.
Yes.
Here we go.
They clicked, they became friends, and he just never wanted to let him down. He wanted to do anything to impress this guy. And the two shared an interest in Dungeons and Dragons, but Jason also went on to teach John about things like vampirism and sacrifices. So a little bit more on the darker side of things. And Jason was obsessed with this character from Dungeons and Dragons called Arya and worshipped him. And so they kind of took him as like their god figure. And Jason was described as being really charismatic, someone that others wanted to follow, but he really struggled to maintain friendships with other people. He had a lot of acquaintances, but he was known for like kind of going after them and attacking them if he'd get upset. And so he really didn't have many close friends besides John. He would always just lash out and chase people away. So when John started hanging out with Jason, he was really happy to have a friend, but he didn't realize at the time how controlling Jason was. Jason wanted to like know where he was all the time, who he was talking to. He wanted to control his friendships, who he talked to, and basically had a lot of control over his life in general. And Jason was also known for, and a trigger warning here, for animal abuse. He was known for sacrificing animals. He claimed to have like a vial of goat blood, and neighborhood pets were starting to disappear.
That's not right.
No, it isn't. And this kind of led to deeper fantasies of human sacrifice. And they had these runes, and they said, okay, well, the runes will tell us who the right person is to kill and when the right time is, and then we're going to sacrifice that person to Arya.
It's kind of like Slender Man here. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely some connections. So this is where 19-year-old Melissa Meyer comes into the story. She moved from Seattle to Eugene, Oregon, and she met John. And they developed a really close friendship at the time. So she really trusted him. She became dependent on him as a confidant. She really, really trusted him. It was the person she would go to. And Jason and John thought the easiest thing to do would be to lure someone that they actually knew and kill, because they would be able to get this person away from other people. So they decided her. And some people have said that she had made Jason upset by being friends with someone that he considered an enemy. I don't know. But on May 30th of 1988, the two lured Melissa into a campsite in the woods to kill her. They were just hanging out there. Eventually, the men attacked her. Melissa turned to John and begged him for help. And while she was distracted doing this, Jason came up behind her and put her in a chokehold, like a sleeper hold. She managed to say, "I can't breathe." And he said, "Oh, well, if you couldn't breathe, then you wouldn't be asking for help here." And he held it, and he said he held it for about 15 to 20 minutes as she went limp in his arms. That's what he estimated. All right, then Jason started chanting prayers to Ariak, and they hacked at her with a dull machete.
Oh my God!
Yes, but then that didn't work because it was dull, so she came back to consciousness after this. And they told her that she was a black witch and that she should feel honored to be their sacrifice. Then they took an 8-foot-long homemade spear, put it over her neck, and each of them stood on a side of it for, they said, about 15 to 20 minutes as they talked about what the runes had told them, until she finally died. And when she dead and they made sure, they stood on there another 5 minutes just to make sure. Then they staged the body to look like a sexual assault. They took off her clothes and they threw her body somewhere in the woods, and they left. And so what actually happened was later the two of them reenacted the whole scene for police. It's on camera with a mannequin to show all of the things they had said and done. And you can look up this video of them reenacting it. It is online if you search for it. But you can watch their reenactment of what happened. They show no remorse. They don't show any compassion, no empathy, no feeling. They go back and forth on the things they said and to her and how they did everything. But they had killed her as part of a ritual sacrifice, and then the pair were apprehended a few days later in a motel in Arizona. John Jones was sentenced to life in prison and was released in June 30th of 2012. And Jason Rose was first sentenced to death, but it was later resentenced to life in prison. So those are the 3 cases that were related to Dungeons and Dragons. And again, I don't blame the game, I blame the people.
Yep.
How can you ask me? Your life is before you. Hear me, gods. I forfeit mine for Ilus. Spare him for he's young, and because now mine is hopeless.
Dejanira, how did you think I could accept that?
Oh, hear, Eumenides. I shall beg you gods for an answer. Now prove your love for Goliath.
I am here, Dejanira. I am Polymorphus, the centaur. God of the waters and the land. My domain's the valley. You've called to Eumenides and stated your wish. You're given to me.
Goliath! Help! Help! And for this she shall feel my cruelty. She shall never come back.
find Dejanira wherever she is! Dejanira! Dejanira! Gods, from this moment on, I shall be your enemy! I will no longer recognize your laws, nor obey you! Help me to rescue Dejanira! I challenge you, and cursed be my fate if I fail! Hear me!
Find out what's happening.
I don't understand it. It's as though the sun had disappeared at high noon.
Find out what's happening at once. I'm afraid.
I wish you could see yourself, Eurytus. And I wish all your subjects were here now. Ocalia's tyrant, sitting on his throne, has become a baby and trembles because it's dark.
No one can say Eurytus is afraid. No one. I'll just make sure you don't say it again.
Eurytus, quickly, follow me. First the sky grows black, and now a strange monster has arrived.
What does that mean?
There's a wounded centaur within our gates. He's asking for your presence.
Eurytus, Goliath, your enemy, has done this to me. I bring you his wife, and in return I beg you to punish him.
I'll avenge you. He will pay for this.
Avenge me and be strong. Have no pity.
Tail of the dragon.
God of vengeance, it was for you that I entered Eurytus' caves and slew his monsters. Why have you abandoned me? Instead of the tranquil life you promised, you have taken away all I hold dear. Where is Dejanira? I implore you to return her. If you refuse, I shall defy you, and I swear that my vengeance shall be as terrible as your own. You must hear me now. Return Dejanira. You won't answer me. You won't help me. Then return my diamond. I no longer fear your vengeance.
Goliath, you have challenged us, but I am still here.
Tell me, where is Dejanira?
She is facing a horrible death deep in the ground. I, the wind goddess, dare not risk angering the gods to tell you any more.
You mean the caves under Ocalia?
Yes, even now she's being sacrificed to the dragon, but I am forbidden to aid you.
Speak, speak, I pray you.
There is a secret entrance. At the top of this hill, it is unguarded. Go quickly, Goliath!
You'll be all right.
Don't go. Don't, Goliath. Don't, Goliath.
Geneva! Geneva, where are you? So Eurytus has taken her. He thinks he'll win that way. I swear eternal vengeance, I will destroy it!
I met your brother and heard his report. There are 50 on horses here. They're the best in the land and eager to fight. But because they're all Thebans, the men on foot alone can capture the invincible kingdom.
The walls built by Eurytus' men shall not remain impregnable. I shall make them crumble.
That is if the gods will it.
No, Antonius. This time we are without their aid. Even the gods are against us. Let's get started.
Advance!
Must be informed about his progress. Will he dare to attack?
How can any mortal attack these walls and hope to take the city? They haven't a chance.
Our cavalry is massed, Eurytus, and our defense has been prepared.
Good. Return to your posts.
At last he's afraid, and he's right. Can we stand off this attack?
Come on, there's the entrance to the cave. I remember it. Stay behind until I found the spot.
Oh, please say something to Thea. I can't bear this silence any longer. Thea, won't you listen? I really loved you as a sister. Can't you understand? You must if you loved Ilith. Eurytus wanted you betrayed. I'm so in love that I obeyed his orders.
The caves are directly beneath the palace. towers down and destroy it. Go back, Antonius.
What is it you're planning? I want an explanation.
I'll do it myself. I shall attack the pillars and bring the palace down.
But you? What about you?
Yes, I know. Perhaps I will die. If anything happens to me, I would like you to look after Illis. Now go. The palace will topple. Go on.
Morgan, we got these yummy chai. I'm so excited.
I know, they look good.
It's gonna be so good. Wait, I think I dropped something. Where did it? Where did you lost your ring?
Did you forget your phone? I put it right lost your ring.
Oh, I found it. Okay, good.
Oh no.
Okay, so. This looks yummy. Cheers.
It's good.
Got like an extra taste to it that I wasn't expecting. So what is this that we're drinking?
I think it's chai. Special chai though.
What makes it special?
A little bit of everything.
Feeling a little weird.
You'll be fine.
What am I feeling that's kind of feeling a little strange here? I think. What's in that chai? I think I'm having a heart attack.
No. That might be the lavender shouldn't do that. Maybe the mugwort, the wormwood.
Wait. What did you put in it? What did they? I'm gonna ask them what they did. Excuse me.
I gave you a Morgan. You know, you've been under so much stress lately.
It's a Morgan.
A little bit of everything. Just a bunch of herbs, you'll be fine.
They were having a heart attack. We having a heart attack.
Nope. Here. Here's what we're gonna do. Take this. You're gonna stir it. Stir it. Just focus on this. Focus on this. At the table. At the cup. There we go. Stroke the table. Breathe.
Fine.
Breathe.
Ooh.
You're good.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
You just gotta ride it out. You'll be fine.
Oh, Morgan, your hair.
That's the wormwood.
Don't be afraid. I'll be gentle with my queen.
We must attack the instant there's an opening in the wall.
For him to breach those walls. Gods!
When
Don't be afraid. I've come to help you. Goliath is here in Ocalia. I will take you to him. But hurry, hurry, before Eurytus gets here.
Stop! I know your tricks, you serpent. Let her go!
If you won't come quietly, I'll drag you out.
No!
Help Goliath! Here, Goliath!
Goliath? That's right. Go on, call Goliath. Louder than that. In here, Goliath. I've got your wife here. Goliath! Stop right there. Speak. Tell him what you see there. Tell him, I say, don't pull away, go closer.
Help, please.
Did you hear that, Goliath? You like snakes, Dejanira? Snakes. They're waiting for their dinner. And they haven't been fed today, and she'll make a good meal. Take a look at that pretty face. I'm afraid it won't be so pretty after my snakes get through with her own. Too bad.
Why make her suffer, Eurytus?
I'll tell you. I've waited for this. I want to see you down on your knees, pleading for your wife. Yes, pleading with me. Pray to me or I'll throw to the snakes. On your knees and pray, Goliath. Is your pride too strong to kneel to me? Pray to me. Beg me. Beg me.
I beg you now, Eurytus. Don't kill my wife. I promise to do all you want.
No, Goliath. You have nothing to offer. Nothing can be as sweet as my revenge. Nothing, Goliath. You'll never save your woman. And you'll die after her.
It was meant to be this way. We met too late, I know. It all began the minute I first saw you. You rescued me, and I've loved you ever since. And now it's too late. But I've helped you, and I'm happy.
Goliath, we have work for you. I'm busy now, Antonius.
Oh my goodness. I'm having a heart attack.
You are not. You are
Heart
not.
attack.
You're fine. You're fine.
Having a heart attack. Morgan.
Celeste.
Morgan.
Celeste.
Morgan.
Yes.
Morgan.
You're fine. You're fine. Yes.
How do wizards get that nice green color on their robes?
Oh my God. How?
With the help of a dire wolf.
See, you're fine. You're fine. If you can tell me a joke, then you are fine.
Oh yeah. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
You're not. Come here.
What is in that?
Touch the water.
Oh my God.
Touch the water. Play with the water. Switch back and forth. Swish, swish, swish. Back, forth. Back, forth. You're good. You're good.
Touching the water.
You're good. You're good.
Touching the water.
Okay.
Touching
so
the
everybody,
water.
that concludes our movie for this evening.
touching the water. It's not helping, Morgan.
I've got to contain a situation that I have unfortunately created here.
What do we do?
I don't know why it's affecting me like this. I am perfectly fine.
What do I do?
Deep breath. Calm down.
What do I do? What do I do?
You're
What do I
fine.
do?
You're fine.
What do I do?
You are
What do I
fine.
do?
You are fine.
What do I do?
As always, we are Arcane, and I'm going to go take care of this one. Come on. It's the camera, Celeste. That's not. I don't think you want to be remembered like this. Let's not do this. There we go. Bye, everybody.